Yeah. Hey there, hi there. It's me, Priscilla B, and welcome to 2025 Cancers. Yeah, this is my little daughter Luna, and she has got a card for you today, and it is the King of Swords. So, this is going to be your overall energy for the month of January, and I'm going to sort of kind of like brief you on 2025 and what it's probably going to be like, but things change and time is fluid. So hopefully by February I'll have another message for you. But let's just start with January. Let's just start with the basics. So let's see here. I'm going to be reading from my Christmas Pixies Whisper Tarot card deck. And I'm also going to be reading from my Yuletide Tarot deck as well. So starting off with the King of Swords energy. Let's expand on that, shall we? And see what we have in store for you. What does Source have in store for you? Ooh, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Lover's card. All right, so let's expand on that, shall we? So let's see what's going on with this High Priestess card. Ooh, we have the Moon, intuition. Very, very strong intuition. Okay. The King of Swords, is like that kind of energy that reminds us of like where we're at and where we stand in difficult situations and times and how we overcome those things and how we learn to persevere. Now with the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Lovers, maybe you and your person are like very spiritual. You're tied and linked through like a spiritual bond. Maybe you both believe in soulmates. At least one of you does, and I feel like the other one can maybe pull from that as well, because I think it's okay. You want to do the Yuletide cards now? All right, we'll do Yuletide. Let's see. Let's expand on this. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh, 9 of Canes and 9 of Gifts. Wow, 2 nines. Okay. Well, in this 9 of Canes card, this is like a man sitting in bed writing a bunch of like notes, but then probably like not completing each note, or maybe he's like writing something and then he's throwing it away and then starting over again. And then with the 9 of Gifts, there's this woman sitting in a chair by the fireplace. Okay. So I think you're like one of those people that the way you bond with your person is through like sitting in contemplation and really thinking things through and taking your time, not rushing, but kind of like slowing down and enjoying the moments. Because also we have the 3 of Canes here as well. Okay. So I don't think there is like a reason for you to doubt yourself or be afraid that you can't like overcome certain obstacles, because you have a lot of energy that's like very positive, intuitive, like backing you up in a backing you up in a good way. Yeah, there's definitely this energy like 4 of Gifts where there's a man sitting in a chair like hoarding on to all these gifts and like probably doesn't want to give them away or share them. Like he probably got them all for himself. So that's another energy I think is like sort of playing a role here in all of this. We can make sense of it here. You definitely are somebody who because I'm getting like 3 of Gifts here as well. So you're really artistically talented. A lot of your gifts come from your creative designing and something you've made yourself with your own hands. And 3 of good cheer. Oh yeah, like here are these like younger people sitting and sharing a glass of wine together under the Christmas tree. I feel like for you, that's where your high priestess energy comes from, is like being able to share your gifts and your creative talents and enjoy a nice glass of wine. And like you can see other people's strengths as well as your own. And that's where the high priestess intuitive side to you comes through here. Yeah, because on the other side of this is like Krampus and the 4 of Canes. Okay, a loved one who has passed away, and leaving, a gift there for them, as sort of like a ritual of reminding yourself how much you care. And then you have here as well the 6 of gifts, right? And then you have also the 2 of gifts. So a lot of good cheer, a lot of gifts, a lot of good energy coming from the high priestess. In between, you have the lovers, and you have the 6 of good cheer, going and visiting family and friends on the holidays. Ace of gifts, leaving a gift by the door. 7 of candles. Yeah. And then you also have mistletoe. There's something about the holidays that reminds you of like goodness and kindness, but there's also Ace of Canes, Krampus, death. It's almost like you have like this overabundance of good positive energy, and it's being shown through love. And you can like cross over to the more loving, more kinder side of things, even when there is death, even when there is the Krampus, right? Even when there is, oh, look, Ace of Candles, Ace of Gifts, and Ace of Canes. Oh my gosh, wow. All 3. Oh my. Okay. Well, that's a really good sign that you have really trusted in like all of your abilities. You've trusted in your intuition, even in times of death, even in times of grievance, even in times of pain. All right. So, I mean, at the start of this, you have the fun, cute, adorable little King of Swords. And I think that's just kind of like what theme resonates with you. There's even like butterflies and crescent moons encrusted on the throne of the King of Swords, and this cute little bunny rabbit and presents. So it's almost like you are like fully aware of this transformational time in your life. And even though you have so much going on over here, oh my goodness, like you have a lot going on right now. It's the year has barely begun, and you've already been dealt like a lot of tough cards, I will say, especially with the Hierophant and the 9 of Canes. It's like, do you trust this spiritual person that may be aligning with you, or maybe they don't even know what they're doing because they have so many ideas, but like none of them have come fully together yet? The moon is trying to illuminate your way, though. It's trying to remind you of who you are on an emotional level, and trusting in that instinctual, like emotional feeling that you get when you are dealt like some very difficult, challenging cards. The 4 of Gifts, an older man who is somebody who doesn't share without some kind of negative reaction when asked to share. And this comes from like a family member too, especially because it's like you expect family at some time, especially around the holidays, to be a little bit more generous and a little bit more giving of their time and their energy and even material things. But instead, they seem to want to confuse you in some way, because the moon can shine the way, but it also can point a light onto and shine a light onto what is confusing so that you can see, right? Nine of good cheer. Yeah, this woman is sitting at the table alone by herself, but she has a smile on her face. She's drinking a glass of wine. She's not upset at all that she's the only one sitting there and that she's the only one just enjoying her glass of wine by herself. She seems very content. So even when you're alone emotionally, because there's probably other people there too as well, you just can't see them in the picture with her. So when you are with other people but you're alone with other people, you don't get upset about it. You know how to still have cheerful, happy energy, and that's really a rare thing to have, especially because you're with other people but you feel alone. Okay. And now you have the Six of Canes. The mom is getting her kids in the car, ready to go. You're very much like a leader. You know, you're very used to getting the ball moving, getting things going, while others are, look, this is the Nine of Candles. Yeah, this man is shopping and one of the bags tears and all his candles fall out. There's somebody like this in your family. There's a lot of, I feel like the Four of Gifts and the Nine of Candles are people in your family who always look at the negative side of things. You know, the bag rips when you're walking home from the store and all your stuff falls out. It ruins their whole day, right? Rather than just being, whatever, pick it up, move on, right? You're a very pick up, move on type of person when it comes to things like that. However, you have the Death card and the Three of Canes. And the Death, like the angel of death is pointing at the rose and crown, and the rose is on the ground. Yeah, that rhymes. And the candles are on the ground. There's this sense that like people's feelings are down. They're feeling bad. And that's how they associate things with the holidays. Not everyone associates the holidays with fun and joy and laughter. Some people associate it with grief and death and sadness. You're the in between, like you're the bridge between both worlds. And you can sort of, in one moment, pick up the candles for them, put them in the bag, and get going. And then in the other instance, you can separate yourself from what they're going through and still have a good time. It's like kind of like a mom energy, right? Where you just pick up the pieces and go, right? So there's that happening. And yeah, I find like some people will look at the Three of Canes image here and say, oh, wow, that mushroom has three canes piercing it. But others can look at this and be like, whoa, that's some like really cool artistry. So I think you have to kind of be the bridge between what you can take from something and learn from something and find some creative reasoning behind people's processes, and also keep yourself at a distance because of respect for yourself and having boundaries and still being true to who you are. Yeah, wow, look at this. Eight of Canes. This looks like money on the ground, and she's tied in like receipt paper, and there's canes all around her. Maybe you spent a lot of money and now you're feeling tied to the items that you bought in like some negative way, some sort of regret or remorse, like buyer's remorse. I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you need to tie yourself to anything you might have thought you've done wrong. I don't think you've done anything wrong. I don't think you bought the wrong gifts or put too much money or time or energy into giving of yourself generously and showing your creative side. I think that's something you can look at in a different angle, like the Three of Gifts. You can look at it from wise investments, spending time, energy, and money on your creative pursuits. And like she's painting a dollhouse to give as a gift. Like she makes her own gifts, and I feel like that's you. Like you make your own gifts. and everything you do goes into something that is you and uniquely you. Like, look, Two of Candles. This is a very different viewpoint and giving off a very different energy than, say, the guy sitting in bed being like, what do I do? What do I write? What do I say? Right? She already knows what to write. She already knows what to say, and she's writing out her Christmas cards. And it looks like a moon is on this Christmas card too. So I think you're kind of connected to your feelings. See, you carry the Ace of Gifts with you. This is Krampus, but you carry the Ace of Gifts with you, okay? Krampus is over here trying to scare and intimidate the inner child within you, make you fearful of being yourself, investing in yourself, trusting yourself. You have so grown so far out of that realm of thinking that even when people are acting like Krampus is, you're like, I know what you're doing. You're acting like a Krampus, and you need to like stop. Like, that's not cool. That's not okay. And this kind of brings to light um um so I think, like, overall, the High Priestess is somebody who is more spiritually led, emotionally and logically, like, just motivationally. She's just somebody who's like more spiritually led. And the Hierophant is somebody who's like more religiously aligned. But at the end of the day, it's like you both agree on like soulmate connection, and you agree on loving each other from a place of just openness and trying to understand the other one. And even though the Hierophant is more on the religious side of things, so they focus more on like death and like the Four of Canes and things like that, there is still beauty and awe for them to experience through you, and vice versa. And that's why you have like all of these aces between the both of you. Ace of Candles, burning that light passion for each other and keeping that light burning. Ace of Canes, and I feel like the cane is like a symbol of devotion to one another. And there is this like story. It's like an, I don't know, I read it when I was a kid. I think my mom must have read it to me, but it's the story behind how the candy cane was invented. And it's supposed to be like the shepherd's cane for like when they're herding sheep. And there's like a religious reasoning behind it from the Bible. And I think white is like what represents purity, and then red represents like the blood of the Lamb, Jesus Christ. And it's this whole story about how this candy maker decided to make this candy cane and all these other things. And it's a beautiful story. And even my husband told me about this story when he was a kid, how his mom made him wait in line for like 6 hours just to watch how like candy canes are made. And then he got a big giant candy cane, and it was like worth the wait, you know, even though the line was like so long, and it was like a 6 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, you know, ridiculously long wait time as a kid. And I find like you and your person share in this like invention of something that represents something else, like something that is uniquely only your own. So even if your partner is more on the religious side of things and you're more on the spiritual side of things, or vice versa, you guys end up like balancing each other out at the end. You both give equal equal parts to something beautiful and creative. And even though there can be 8 of Canes, 7 of Candles, that might be like moments when you guys are at your like most vulnerable, you can still find like this Ace of Gifts. You can still find a gift to give the other that is going to enlighten the other, and it's going to motivate the other, and it's going to bring about a beautiful, it's what the gift represents. Okay, and you guys know what this is, and you know what this means. And it's not about how much money you spend on the gift. It's not about you know material gain. It's about the symbolism behind the gift. And that's why I think you have the 6 of Gifts here as well, because it's like you're excited to give your gift, and it doesn't matter what the cost. It doesn't matter um, about the material aspect. It matters about the meaning behind it. And that's what like the Hierophant and the Higher Priestess, I think, agree on, is like there is meaning behind action. There's meaning behind writing a Christmas letter to a loved one. There is meaning behind um being able to kiss under the mistletoe. And I find like this hand is like a hand from the universe helping the mistletoe grow so that the two can both meet under it and both understand the symbolism and the meaning behind it and just share that moment together. It's a holiday Christmas like Hallmark Channel moment that's magical and like and only in fairy tales. And you know, in a way, religion could be seen as fairy tales, spiritual beliefs could be seen as fairy tales, but you guys still believe in the magic and the meaning of those stories. Even if they're true or not, you still understand the meaning behind them and the message that is being shared. And you still love that about these stories and about life and about holidays and sharing Christmas together, sharing your special holidays together, Yuletide. These are my Yuletide cards, which is more of a like pagan spiritual aspect of Christmas versus the religious reason. So there's a bridge between it, and the High Priestess can make that connection, and the Hierophant can see the connection, and then they can both enjoy each other's time together. So that's what I'm getting from this for sure. It's all about spending good cheer, having a good time, like the 3 of good cheer and the 2 of gifts, right? Enjoying glass of wine with your friends and family. And then also going shopping and getting those special, meaningful gifts that you know your person is really going to say, wow, like this person gets me. This is my soulmate. So that's what I think, you know, is the overall energy here. And the King of Swords is definitely the main character that's saying, like, it's okay to go through metamorphosis and transformations. It's okay to listen to your intuition and emotions. At the end of the day, you know how to make sense of it all. And how you put that into action and what you do with that is going to be a representation of you and your relationship and how you proceed throughout the rest of 2025. And this is just the start. So, you know, I can't wait to see what happens next for you, Cancers. But trust in yourself and definitely sending blessings and positive energy and goodwill to you in this relationship, because I definitely feel like this was a relationship reading. And it looks like you spent a great, wonderful holiday season with your special person and even with yourself. So love and light to you always. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to sharing more with you soon. Bye.